Come on then. Come on. Goodbye. Good lad. Goodbye, Fred. Goodbye. And we're back. Should be the Phil and Freddie channel, shouldn't it, instead of the Phil Waud channel. Me and Fred out for a camp. Couple of differences this week. I've got a quest. Firstly, I need to sort this tent out. This 3FUL sheet 2 is proving troublesome to pitch. I haven't got it right yet. It's not been quite tight enough, a bit flappy. Not as bad as the Lanshan, but I'm not yet in the position where I want to trust it on a hill. And then we're in a special place. Always a special place, isn't it? Today we are at Bolelhill Quarry, and I've come looking for some answers, but I've come looking for the Motherload of millstones. Now, there are a lot of millstones in this area, but there are none quite like this pile we're about to discover. If I can find it, I think I know where it is. So come with me. Let's have some fun. Didn't take long for the poop machine to give me a little bag to carry around. But that's okay. And here's the first millstone. Now, if you know what you're looking for, you can tell this is a very old one. It is concave. Its partner would have been convex. In this next field, there's quite a few stones laying around, so we'll have a look at those. So this area has been used for about 600 years for quarrying, for producing millstones. Come on. See, there's these ones here as well. Now these have all got slight defects in them, so a pair of quarrymen would work for a couple of weeks producing one of those, and then there'd be a defect and they'd have to leave it. How heartbreaking. This way, Fred. This way. Go on. Do you know this dog will go anywhere I ask him? Incredible. As soon as I pick my backpack up, his tail starts wagging. This way. Down here. Fred. Come on. His tail starts wagging. And he's skipping around. Bless him. Almost as excited as I am. There's plenty to see in this super quarry other than just this motherload of stones. And we are going to have a good look for some deer. Put this little wall just here. And you look on the other side of it, you can see this trackway we're on. I mean, this was how they how they took the stone off the site. But look, here they are. And when you begin to count them, you will see that they are very neatly stacked. And that's a question, why are they neatly stacked? Why are they like this, just piled up? These stones look different to the other millstones we've seen. They're a slightly different shape. Apparently they weigh 2 tons each. But look how many there are. And I'm only on this side of the track. There are others on the other side of the track, not as many. But when you get to this bit here, and you start to look under this heather, there are piles and piles and piles and piles of millstones. I did count them, or I started to count them once, and when I got to 400 I stopped. Looking down this side, you can see there are some, not as many on this side, which appear to have just rolled down. But it leads to the question of why? Why were these stones here? And what were these stones? Because they aren't normal. See, they're much thicker, smaller central hole, certainly different. So, a couple of questions we have already. Now, I'm going to turn round and walk back down this path. I was going to go down there, but it's looking a bit brackeny at the moment, and I'm losing light. So yeah, 600 years they've been using the stone around here to make building materials, building stone, paving flags, slates. This particular stone is absolutely ideal for making millstone, and that's what we see. Millstone grit. Millstone edge is just behind me, just across the road. But this whole quarry is here for a completely different reason. Round about, well, the end of the 1800s, so the beginning of the 19th century. Is that right? No. Let's say 1899, so I'll give it a number. Okay. 1899. The cities of Sheffield and Manchester, Sheffield in particular, the birthplace, the crux of the Industrial Revolution, were thirsty. They needed water. They needed water for the people that lived there and for the machinery that was in use there. And it was a huge problem because there wasn't enough. The River Derwent seemed to provide an answer. So the Derwent Valley Water Board was formed with the remit of capturing that water and getting it to Sheffield. And the surveyors, geologists and engineers got together and they came up with an incredible plan. And the plan was to build a wall across the steep-sided valley. In fact, not just one wall, 2 walls, because they couldn't build one wall that was big enough to block it, so they took it in 2 stages. And the plan was to build the Derwent and the Howden Dam to make the reservoirs, Derwent and Howden Reservoir. There was a quarry close by, the Lady Bower Quarry, which was ideal for the some 1.5 million tonnes of stone that they would need to build the walls. But there were massive objections. Didn't want to spoil the beauty. And the irony of that is incredible. Didn't want to spoil the beauty, knowing that that's a bit of a problem. Knowing that the valley would have its beauty spoilt because it was going to be flooded. Anyway, the solution was the quarry at Bowlhill had run out of work for some reasons which I'll go into. The need for millstones had fallen flat, and the substitute millstones, the extra production, which is the ones we've just looked at, had also fallen by the wayside. Now these cows are going to cause a problem, but we can get around that. Come on, Fred. Come on. So the start of the problems for the millstone industry was increased demand, strangely enough. And as the demand for flour increased, the fact that the millstone grit creates a dark flour is a problem. So the solution came from using French stones, and the French stones were a pale colour and produced beautiful clean white flour. And so very, very rapidly the market for millstones disappeared, which caused huge problems. And many of the millstones that you see, well, there are two kinds. There are some millstones which are broken, which wouldn't have been sold, but there are many millstones which had been finished and were just waiting for either transport or for orders. So with the demand for the millstones disappearing, miraculously another market opened up, and it was a long way away. In Nova Scotia they had massive forests, and they wanted to cut the forests down, or cut some of them down, and pulp the wood to make paper. And the Industrial Revolution had a thirst for paper as well. But that led to a problem about how do they pulp the paper. And the solution was to use millstones from this area. And that huge pile of stones that you see, all neatly stacked, are what remains of that industry. It was very, very successful, but around about 1901 the market started to fall on that, and in 1910 the quarry closed, just before the outbreak of the war, which was quite fortunate because at the time the Derwent Valley Water Board came along and said, that's okay, we want your stone. Can we please buy 1.5 million tonnes of stone from you? Now we're quite a way away from Lady Bower, so what was the answer? What were they going to do? And we've been walking through the answer to that. Did you notice anything? Did you notice how flat everything is? Terraces. Look down there. Flat areas. This big flat area here. Okay, what's that all about? It's a genius. It's because when they used this quarry, they needed to get these blocks of stone. Now, some of these blocks of stone are the size of buses. You know, they're not little things. They're not little things, they are huge. And how do you get these 20-ton blocks of stone? And the solution was you put them on a train. So they created a railway between Grindleford which is 400 feet below where we are now, to Ladybower, to the Derwent and Howden Dams. To transport the stone. What I'm now looking for is a place to pitch my tent that's away from those cows, because I don't want disturbing by a cow or a herd of cows in the middle of the night, which will almost inevitably happen when I start cooking. So I'm going to have to walk a bit further. Yeah, this could be good. Pretty certain this side of that gate is not going to have any deer, which would be good. I'm not going to go down there. How well does that show up? That structure you can see held a huge wheel. Can you see it very well there? And the wheel had a cable on it which went through that gap down there and down a 1 in 3 slope straight down to Grindleford, and they used a pair of wagons, one on each side of the rope. So as one went down with its weight on, it pulled the other wagon up. Ingenious, called an inclined plane, and like I say, it drops it 400 feet. So they got the stone down to here, put it onto the wagons, and I've got a couple of pictures of it, and I think I'm going to pitch down there. So, just got to walk back to the van now. As you move through this landscape, you see these huge piles here are actually vast spoil heaps from the quarrying operation. It's quite difficult to get to grips with the scale of things on this quarry, and you'll soon see why it's called a super quarry. I'll try to explain a bit more when we get close to the face. So the stone that they quarried from here has some unique features. It's a very hard stone, but once it's been split and the inside is exposed, it's relatively soft and quite easy to break up. When it's been exposed for a few years, it hardens again, which is absolutely a gift. The edge you can see in front of us there was originally 80 feet towards us, and the quarrying has taken that out. You can see marks on it. You can see where they have drilled holes, driven wedges in. There were 200 men employed in this quarry for a period of over 10 years. Some of them for 15 years, to set this operation up, to actually work the stone, get it off site. You know, and that's not even thinking about the other side. There was a large workforce in the other side at the bottom of, by the side of Ladybower, when you go down there, another shanty village. Yeah, look, all of these chunks of stone taken out here. Part of this that we're on now is, like I say, is the spoil heap, which they use to level it to make these flat areas, so they can get the so it can put the railway on it. It's quite a, you know, we haven't stopped walking and we haven't come anywhere near the edge of the quarry. All of this is the super quarry at Bowlhill, which, because nature's reclaiming it, silver birch are one of the first trees to regrow. When we get some depth of soil on this, there'll be other species start to grow, but the soil is very shallow. Silver birch love it. They can thrive on this kind of environment. Yeah, you see, there's a possibility that the cows could come here, and if they would smell us, and they would smell my cooking, and they'd be over. So I can't camp here, which is a shame because it makes a beautiful camp. But I think the place where we're planning to go also does, so we should be all right. Just means I've got to walk twice as far. That's okay. These ravines you see going through would have had little railways at the bottom to transport the stones from one layer to another, to one flat area to another. And you see some huge plinths. I think this is one coming up for cranes, which were used to cajole the stone onto the trolleys and the wagons. No, that's not a plinth, no. I'm mixing it up with another one. It's quiet. I've only seen one person down here, which is why I'm thinking there possibly could be some deer, but we'll see. Clearly some dressed stone. Put this item in the middle here. Is a big telltale sign that there was, the forge would have been here, the blacksmith's forge, where the tools were created, made, maintained, sharpened, repaired. Yeah, so here, look, huge block of stone, beautifully made. Some cows coming up. I think I'll just stay out of the way. You can see the face in front of us. Quite a literally world famous bouldering face is that. People come from all over Europe to boulder on that edge there. You can see lots of white marks on the stone from the chalk powder that they use. Oh yes, look. Yeah, go away. See, that's the problem. They show interest, you see, and they come over. You get one coming over, and then all of a sudden there's a few. Don't need that. Go away. Some more bits of work stone in front of us. Yeah, let's just bob up. We can have a look. So this is the I'm not going to climb up there. You can get a good impression of the rock face there. Yeah, grumpy devil. So it's back to the van. I'll try my best to zoom in. But about 100 metres ahead of us is a deer. Looks to be a loner, but I doubt that very much. He's clearly aware that we're here. Ooh. Oh, he's coming towards us. That's incredible. Well, it jumped that fence like there was nothing there, and it's just going across the road now. Wow. Can't believe how quickly that lot have got down there. Well, after all that, I did come down. So here's the two huge stanchions which had a massive winding wheel in the middle between the two of them, and it would have been sunken in the middle, and the cables went along this way. You can see the ruts that are being carved in the ground from the cables. to this inclined plane, which we're not going to go down. There you go. So that's a 1 in 3, 400 feet down. And this was the final piece in the puzzle. But I do know that we are this side of the fence, and the cattle can't get down here. Certainly no signs of them. So I'm going to find myself a nice pitch, and I think I've just found one just here. Not yet, Fred. Stay there. It's okay. Soon. I'll get inside soon. I think we've got a better pitch. Still, tension's not quite right there, but pretty much everything's more solid. I've had to double peg everywhere because this ground's quite soft. Yeah, but I'm happy with that. So it's 4:35. We're just about to lose the light. Another half an hour it'll be dark. So I'll get it set up inside. Freddie, bless him, is ready. Oh, that's real. Let me use this one as well to much nicer pitch on the tent. I'm pleased with this, it's good. It's spacious inside and it's much tighter. What I actually did, which I sort of figured from when you first get it. When you first get it, you pitch the outer and then you fit the inner to it. And I thought, when I conventionally got the inner fitted, I did what you usually do, which is to get the inner sorted and then the outer and then erect it. Not done that today. I put the outer up, got the outer stretched out pretty much tight as I could, and then I've pulled the inners, the bottom of the bathtub in, and I have to say it's much better. So I've got all these sleeping stuff in that corner there, and clothing. Freddie's here, bless him, fast asleep. He's got his own quilt tonight, so I brought my summer quilt for him. It's 15 degrees it's going to be tonight. Might get down to 10, so it's going to be ample warm enough. He's on his own silver foil mat. In this corner here I've got my empty bags, electronics and cooking and food stuff. I brought a Kindle tonight, which I'm going to see how that goes on for the live tube, for the the broadcast I do at 7 o'clock. My boots are out there. Yeah, this camera's really really dim. Brought this last week and completely forgot until the morning. But table, Kazam, empty bags I'm putting into there, plate. I've got porridge for the morning. It's popped open. It's annoying. Nothing I can do. So I'm just going to have to, just leave that over it. Just going to put my isotonic in. I had to get a new driving licence this week. I only say that because I keep it in my everyday carry stuff. Every 10 years you've got to get a new one, haven't you? I suppose it'll be every 5 years soon, with my age. Yeah. So that's in there. New stuff then. I've got these on my feet. I saw Hengist, Steve camping with Kieran. And Kieran had got gave Steve a set of these. I thought, oh, they look good. Went on to Amazon and they're 3 for £6. 3 pairs for £6. So they're just like a loose fitting balloon that you just put over your feet. So I've taken my sealskins off and put those over my socks. And I have been outside and taken some photos. Fine. It's getting dark now. 17:11 the hour it is. There's still a bit of light in the sky up there. Anything else new? Yes, I've got this metal ring. And gotta put my hair touch on. Oh, new haircut, of course. Phone's pinging away. Got a good signal here, that's good. I'm looking for this, that's right. Right, so on this is the thing that fastens onto my phone that I use for my broadcasts on it. I can also use it on my tablet, on my Amazon. So let's get it fired up. You okay? You all right? So I reckon about in the middle just there. So yeah, it comes. I've got every MagSafe kind of stuff you get comes with one of these, one or two. See if I can get it off. So just put it about in the middle. There we go. So I can now got a little support for that. I might wonder if I can get Traitors going. That would be good to watch that live. 9 o'clock, innit? Yeah, we'll see. This is the petrel ramen pot, which I shall be cooking my noodles in later. Just got the usual Wildside Designs jobby in this. Are you hungry, Fred? Do you want some food? Easing. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll leave them on. Yeah, I'm trying these. I've gone back to me Hydro Pack. Which are okay, as long as you don't store water in it for too long, so you get the taste. And you make sure you get the lid on properly, because I've had it so. I've realised that I haven't put the top on properly, and the plummy thing's leaked. It's gone over.
I think that looks pretty good up there. I checked with my phone to make sure that it was looking down the trail as best it could. So I'm just trying to get out of sight now before I set it off. But we'll come back and see if we got lucky.
That's okay.
Now, what these guys don't know about trucks is not worth knowing. If you think you've heard of them, you probably have. They built this. This is the Toyota Hilux, which was Top Gear boy said these are too small compared to the body of the vehicle, so I want to fit these. Yes! Colin, these wheels are...
Well, that was brilliant. Just watched Celebrity Traitors. I won't give any spoilers away, but that was fantastic watching that in a tent. Amazing. Freddie enjoyed it too. Feeling a bit tired now, so bedtime. Good boy. Thank you. No trace left. This way. What a beautiful camp. Really enjoyed that. Got the tent sorted. I think I know what to do with it now. It's beautiful, quiet, serene spot. The only issue is them blooming cows. Go on. Fred was ample warm enough, but it was a very warm night. It started at 10 degrees and got warmer. Noodles, they're lightweight. Probably had too many. I think one pack with a bit more substance to the sauce. Maybe adding some meat would be a good idea. Amazes me what he can climb. The waterproof booties are good if you just want to pop them on and go for a walk around. But your feet sweat in them and the condensation makes you wet. So it's not such a good idea. The noodle pan is good. The noodle pan is good. But over the top for last night. Now in combination with a new stove, which is going to be a Christmas present, it'll be... We're going to go here. I'm not going to try to do a walk past camera thing with poor Freddie, because he's doing well enough coming up these. I mean, look at him. I think he's got his heart set on getting back to the van. He does so well. I can't honestly believe how well he's doing. Yeah, the cattle came down here. You can see the hoof prints. So, brilliant camp. Best camp ever. It was a good one. That deer was incredible. Fred's having a sniff. It'll only be 10 minutes before I'm back at the van, so I'll sign off now. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you took part in the live stream. Remember that I'm trying to make them a regular 7 o'clock slot on a Thursday. I don't know how the notifications for those appear on your screen, whether subscribers get a pop-up or what, I don't know. If you know that, let me know please. How did you know I was doing a live stream other than I'd said? So thank you for your support. As always, loving making these videos. I love the experience of camping more than making the videos, but definitely making the videos gives me my creativity a boost. And I hope you've enjoyed the information about the Bolelhill and its incredible history. And I'll see you next week. Bye. I don't know what this is, if anybody could tell me. It's more modern. It's got that like a spigot in the middle. Curious. These are the bits where the boulderers have a field day. They go up that face there, following the cracks, I think. And there's plenty of cracks on that bit. Don't know how deep this water is. I don't think I've ever seen it not being green. Oh, actually, it's lower than normal. Normally, it's a couple of metres deeper than that. Yeah, you can see the light line around the bottom of the rock. That's its normal height. I don't think it's a well swimming location. Well, I've not seen the cattle yet. I've heard them, and I've seen signs of recent movement. We haven't got long to go now, and we're starting to climb up onto Lawrence Field. I have certainly added an element to today's, or this trip. You go fast, go on. Goodbye. Oh, Oh, there we are. And that's where they all are, look. I ain't going down there. But there is this path. It's not, it's quite steep. But I'll go for this one instead. Yeah. Incredibly mobile. Steady. Go on, up. Go on, Fred. This way. Okay, good boy. Good lad. Up here. Up here. Good. Wait. Wait. Yeah, what are you going to do now? Ha. This way. This way. Good boy. Good lad. Oh. Not what I wanted to see. This way, Fred. Guarding his flock. Thing is, I can't go down there because they're down there. We have dropped down. We're going into Padley Gorge. We're going to walk around. So at least when we go through this fence, we know. Yeah, quite a big detour, but safe. Don't want to put Freddie or myself at risk. With the added bonus that there are some deer down here somewhere. I can't see them. But we are through. No, I've been through two gates. Yeah, we're on. This is the, you can tell by the ground that the cattle haven't been here. The grass isn't grazed. They Certainly changed the landscape. So I know that this joins the path that goes on to Ringing Low. Just going to have a long walk. Okay. Put an hour car parking on just to make sure I don't get a ticket from Mr. Super Keen car park attendant. Whew. It's warm. So there's the road up there, that's where I've got to get to. Yeah, look, the cows are still there. Dang. So that's a deer footprint. Smallish one. Yeah, that's the so the cart path runs from Ringing Low diagonally down. We're going to come out on the side of the oh look, there's been a lot of traffic down here. Yeah, we're going to come out on the side of the Motherload of stones. Jeepers. Easy camp this. Yeah, you can see cattle there, can't you? Oh, they're down the end of the path. Up. Come on then. Stop recording.